Hello and welcome to FL Studio video tutorial on creating songs in the playlist editor. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to create arrangements from your FL loops and audio. Let's load up a playlist from an existing song and have a look at it. The playlist window contains a sequence of patterns and audio, as well as clip tracks that will form the complete song structure. The horizontal dimension in the playlist represents time. You can see the timeline displayed at the top of the playlist window. The numbers in the timeline stand for the numbers of bars since the beginning of the song. You can add name time markers into the timeline, which help mark specific sections of your song and allows a quick selection of a region between two markers. To add a new time marker, open the playlist menu and select Add Time Marker. Type a name for your marker and hit enter. The new marker will appear at the start of the timeline, and you can move it to any position by dragging its left edge with your left mouse button. When putting together a song, you'll often need to select objects in the playlist. You can do this by using the Select tool and drag around an area in the playlist window. You can add to your selection by holding down Shift and Control while making your rectangular selection. You can also select a set of pattern tracks while holding down the Control button and dragging up or down inside the pattern name area to the left side of your screen. Alternatively, you may want to select a time region, which you can do by holding down Control and then dragging left or right in the timeline area. The playlist menu holds many useful commands for managing the playlist. Many of the standard editing commands such as cut, copy, and paste are available to act upon your selection, as well as more musical editing options such as quantization. The Patterns menu allows you to edit individual patterns in detail. For example, to clone a selected pattern, or to merge it with another selected pattern. The View menu contains the Grid Color command. That'll open a dialog box which allows you to choose a color for the playlist grid. The Zoom menu contains a quick set of zooming levels to assist you in quickly navigating your composition. And Live Mode turns on or off the Live Mode feature of the playlist. In Live Mode, you can see an on or off switch next to the pattern name of each track, which enables you to quickly turn on or off a playing pattern without having to draw a fixed sequence of bars. As the name suggests, this feature is primarily used for live performances and/or testing various arrangements on the fly. Finally, if I zoom in a little, the center command will center the playlist grid so that the playing position marker will appear in the middle. This is useful if you wish to see the playing position in a long sequence. Well, that's about it. We hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and that you now feel comfortable to use the playlist to create your own songs in FL Studio. Of course, there isn't time in a short video to cover all the possible options. FL Studio comes with excellent online documentation, which you can use alongside this tutorial to answer more detailed questions as your knowledge of the program increases. Thanks for your attention and have fun with FL Studio. Hello and welcome to the FL Studio video tutorial on using the Piano Roll editor. The Piano Roll allows you to construct songs with unlimited complexity. That would be hard or impossible to do with a step sequencer grid. Notes in the piano roll are displayed as horizontal bars, and slides are shown as horizontal bars with little triangles on the left-hand side. You can preview tones by left-clicking on the preview board keys. Pitch is mapped from top to bottom. The horizontal dimension represents time, and each number in the piano roll ruler represents a bar. Click the channel's name in the title bar to select another channel to display in the piano roll. Each note in the piano roll has its own length, which is a different way to present music to that of the step sequencer, where the only way to turn off a note is to cut it off by inserting another one. Switching to draw mode lets you draw, edit, and erase notes. The paint mode is similar to the draw mode, except that you can now enter multiple notes at a time. Do this by dragging horizontally in the piano roll. In draw or paint mode, left-clicking on the piano roll will insert a note. After that, you can drag it horizontally to size it in time. You can erase notes by right-clicking on them, or selecting the eraser tool and left-clicking on them. A quick way to clone the notes in a current selection is to drag with the Shift key held in advance. You can also draw complete chords at once instead of single notes. Right-click on the Draw Mode button and select from the pop-up menu the kind of chord you would like. Now when drawn into the piano roll, a whole chord will be drawn at once. You can use the Cut tool to easily split one or more notes. The Playback tool allows you to preview the current sequence by dragging it horizontally in the piano roll. In the piano roll, you can make groups of notes slide gradually from one pitch to another. For this purpose, you'll need to draw a special slide event, which will describe to FL Studio how the notes should be slid. Slides look like note events, however they have a small white triangle drawn on their left side. To draw notes, click the Slide toggle button. Here you can see the small white triangle. Slides do not produce a sound themselves, but instead make existing notes slide. When you draw a slide event, FL Studio will start sliding existing notes towards pitch, where the slide is positioned. You can draw notes and slides in 4 colors: green, cyan, pink, and yellow. The color you use will not make a difference to the note's sound, but is instead used when you are sliding, as slides will only apply to notes of the same color. For example, a yellow slide will bend the pitch of yellow notes, but will ignore green notes. This way you can have up to 4 notes sliding in different directions simultaneously. To select the current drawing color, click the appropriate button in the group selector. Okay, now there is another way to set note properties. You can double-click on a note to open its dialog box. In the dialog box, you can edit various note parameters, including panning, volume, cutoff, and resonance. You can also edit the note start time and duration in great detail. Lastly, the piano roll menu provides many important functions when working in the piano roll, such as copying and pasting notes and converting color groups, etc. You can access the piano roll menu from clicking the piano roll menu button. Well, that's about it. We hope you enjoyed this video and that you now have a good feel when using the piano roll in FL Studio. Of course, there isn't time in a short video to cover all the possible options. FL Studio comes with excellent online documentation, which you can use alongside this tutorial to answer more detailed questions as your knowledge of the program increases. Thanks for your attention and have fun with FL Studio. FL Studio supports a wide range of effects, and in this tutorial you'll learn how to use them to help mix your music. Before you hear any of the instruments in your song, The audio output must be processed by the FL Studio mixer. Each FL Studio instrument output is directed to one of the mixer channels, where the sound is processed through a set of mastering filters, and may be processed optionally with additional external filters and special effects. Each mixer track can have up to 8 external effects loaded into an external effect bank. FL Studio supports VST, VST2, DirectX, and DirectX 2, as well as Buzz plugin, as well as its own proprietary internal effect format. In order to be accessible within FL Studio, the different kinds of external effects must be properly installed. DirectX effects are registered with your system upon installation, and FL Studio will automatically detect them. VST plugins, however, must be installed to the VST plugins folder, which you can find in the installation folder of FL Studio. In the default setup of the mixer, all tracks are processed in parallel and sent to the master mixer track before the final sound is formed. However, with the 4 additional send effect tracks, you have the ability to route the audio output of any given mixer track to any other track, giving you the freedom to create complex mixing chains. To open up a new effect in an effect bank, select a free slot and click its pop-up menu. In the Select sub-menu, you can select a plugin to insert, or click More to see a list of all available effects on your system. Here we are going to select Fruity Delay. If you wish to use a preset from the effect you have chosen, you can select it from the Effects sub-menu, and you can also browse the parameters for your effect. Once you have inserted the effect, you'll see the plugin's editor window where you can make adjustments to the settings of your plugin. You can click the effects label to show or hide the effects window. While working on your project, you may want to bypass some of the effects while working on the mix. For this, you can use the mute switch to disable an effect temporarily. You can also fine-tune the mix levels, the amount of wet or dry signal for each effect, with the effects level knob. Turn the wheel to the maximum left to effectively mute the effect. Turn it up maximum to the right will use the effect on 100% of the signal.